There are many great episodes of The Conners, but the Roseanne spin-off's best outings combine relatable family comedy and working-class drama perfectly. The Conners has a large cast of characters, but this didn't make the show's job any easier when the series debuted in 2018. After Roseanne's original lead actor Roseanne Barr was fired from the show's 2017 revival due to racist remarks, The Conners was tasked with continuing the story of Roseanne without the show's title character. This seemed impossible, since Barr's heroine was central to both the sitcom's original run and its revival. However, the existence of 2025's upcoming The Conners Season 7 proves that the series managed to pull off this unenviable job. The Conners continued without Roseanne and held on to the show's unique working-class roots, refusing to sugarcoat the lives of its titular middle American family. The spin-off's pilot signaled that Roseanne's exit would not soften the show when the Conners revealed she died of an opioid overdose off-screen. Subsequent episodes continued to tackle hot-button issues like income inequality, miscarriage, deportation, unemployment, and poverty. Despite this, The Conners always found room for some laughs amid the drama, as the very best episodes show Season 2, Episode 7, Slappy Holidays. Getting the whole family together for Thanksgiving comes with consequences. Thanksgiving episodes can be a hit or a miss for long-running sitcoms, but The Conners Season 2's Slappy Holiday proved the Roseanne spin-off could handle the holiday and spin it into a story that's both emotional and hilarious. Episode 7 of The Conners Season 2 saw Dan finally bringing the entire extended family together for Thanksgiving, though, in typical fashion, things don't pan out as he planned. Getting the entire family around the table is tough, especially with snags like Jackie and Becky refusing to attend if Darlene is there. There were plenty of dramatic moments in Slappy Holiday, and it's these, combined with the holiday hilarity, that ensures it's considered one of the best episodes of The Conners. There's relatable plot notes throughout the entire Season 2 installment, with almost every viewer finding some aspect of Dan's struggles to have a happy Thanksgiving resonating with their own experiences. Season 5, Episode 22, the grad finale. Mark's graduation ceremony makes for an emotional episode. Much of Mark's character arc in The Conners Season 5 revolved around his attempts to find a place at university and his high school graduation, and this came to a head in Episode 22, the grad finale. The final episode of The Conners Season 5 remains a high point of the show overall, especially due to how masterfully it wound up various narrative arcs from the prior 21 installments. While Mark was, of course, central to the grad finale, he wasn't the only character focused on, and there were plenty of pivotal moments for the entire roster at the end of The Conners Season 5. Of particular note in the grad finale was the episode finally reconciling with the absence of Johnny Galecki's Roseanne character, David. The grade finale used this to solidify Ben's position as a father figure for Mark, which was one of the most emotional moments of character development in the entirety of The Conners Season 3, Episode 18, Cheating, Revelations, and a Box of Doll Heads. Darlene's attempts to help Mark backfire spectacularly. The Conners has never been afraid to shy away from dramatic or emotionally intense plot threads, and few episodes display this strength of the show quite like Season 3, Episode 18, Cheating, Revelations, and a Box of Doll Heads. Both of the two central narratives of the episode were incredibly emotive, and in many ways defied the show being identified as a sitcom. The first dealt with Darlene's attempts to find Mark a tutor, which drove Darlene to the point of emotional exhaustion. It was one of several moments that The Conners explored what it means to be a good parent, though few episodes of the show that delve into this theme did so quite as deftly. The secondary arc in Cheating, Revelations, and a Box of Doll Heads sees Becky finally confronting the source of her alcohol problems, and it was this incredibly heavy subject matter that truly cements the episode as one of the best The Conners installments so far. Season 2, Episode 13, Brothers, Babies and Breakdowns. A heartfelt exploration of grief. There were many incredibly strong episodes in The Conners Season 2, though few can compare to Brothers, Babies, and Breakdowns when it comes to skillfully mixing hilarious moments with emotionally poignant ones. The 13th episode of Season 2 of The Conners sees Dan having to emotionally process not only the death of his father, but also the wound said father's death opened up regarding the loss of Roseanne, who, in the show, was killed off. Between Roseanne and The Conners, John Goodman's performance as Dan in this episode of The Conners is some of the finest acting of his career so far. Goodman portrays Dan as a man desperate to avoid his own emotions with an unbelievable level of authenticity, and it's one of the plot threads that cemented the reputation of The Conners as one of the most relatable shows currently on air. Brothers, Babies, and Breakdowns was also notable due to the reintroduction of Ed Jr., Dan's half-brother, who was last seen as a baby in Season 3 of Roseanne. 11. Season 3, Episode 16, A Fast Car, A Sudden Loss, and a Slow Decline. Helping an old friend needs the entire family. Like many of the best episodes of The Conners, Season 3's A Fast Car, A Sudden Loss, and A Slow Decline stands out due to its mix of humor and exploration of some incredibly emotional subjects. Much like Season 2's Cheating, Revelations, and A Box of Doll Heads, Season 3's A Fast Car, A Sudden Loss, and A Slow Decline places Becky's struggles with alcohol in the spotlight, leading to some of the strongest scenes from Levi Goran's son in The Conners so far. However, the truly heartbreaking narrative arc in A Fast Car, A Sudden Loss, and A Slow Decline comes from the revelation that Molly Tilden, who was Dolene's nemesis and a neighbor of the family in Roseanne, had passed away from brain cancer. The entire family struggles to come to terms with the news, especially Dolene. It's an episode with as many heartwarming scenes as there are heartbreaking ones, and easily represents The Conners at its emotive best. Season 5, Episode 6, Book Bands and Guillotine Hands. The Conners made Halloween a contentious family holiday. In Season 5, Episode 6, Book Bands and Guillotine Hands, Dolene discovered just how much she influenced her daughter Harris. Harris protesting the censorship in local school libraries upset Dolene's neighbors, dividing Dolene's allegiance between her daughter and her snooty, rich new neighborhood. Harris's The Conners character arc has been uneven over the years, so it was rewarding to see this episode underline the many similarities between Dolene's daughter and her sardonic, rebellious mother. Ultimately, Dolene ended up siding with Harris and proudly displayed banned books in her lending library. She also put up a typically gaudy Halloween display in her new home, signaling that she would remain the same old Dolene even if she was now living in a fancy new neighborhood. Harris putting pressure on her mother to stay true to her principles proved that the pair are closer than they seem. This dynamic gives this underrated outing